that is a Java client. So it's not a web version that you would find on the BlackBerry. And for a lot of us who've worked with smartphones, we do appreciate that, when you surf the web on a smartphone and access lots of data, it's not necessarily responsive, right? A Java client is not only responsive, but it also provides access to key customer information, both when in coverage and when out of coverage. It does provide that offline data access. So it provides a subset of the live data in the CRM, and any changes made on the device are automatically synchronized to the central system, and any changes made in the central system are automatically synchronized back up to the wireless device. All those information updates are done extremely securely through the BES MDS services. So again, we are focused on protecting, right, very much protecting that very secure customer information. And as opposed to just like in the Notes client, where we want users to work in the mail and calendar and not have to work in the CRM and in two different places and do duplicate entry, we do that same direct integration into the BlackBerry mail and calendar and phone menuing system so that the users don't have to open up the CRM application on that mobile device to use these features. So some of the key features, right? A subset of contact information is there for the user on their device. They can update that information on their device, whether they're online or offline, and any changes automatically make it their way up to the main system. They can, from there, leverage the phone numbers and the email addresses in that contact database that's automatically synchronized to the central system. They always have access to the up-to-date phone numbers, and it integrates directly in with the BlackBerry phone system. And users are automatically prompted, even if they just make a call from the standard BlackBerry phone. The system recognizes that it's a number of a customer and will prompt the users on their BlackBerry to create a call log right there on the spot and make sure that gets into the database before it's too late. And those are from calls that are initiated just from the phone itself or even an incoming call from a customer. Additionally, again, working just within the native BlackBerry calendar, just like in the Notes mail and calendar, where you can create either a private entry that just resides in your calendar, or you have additional menu options that actually lets you create meetings, to-dos, reminders, and emails that not only are placed in your mobile calendar and your Notes calendar, but also are automatically tracked in the CRM system. And we have that information right on the device to bring in all of those central sales place contacts so that users can access central and up-to-date information when they're creating their meetings or emails. And again, those meetings and appointments go directly into the BlackBerry calendar and are automatically synced up with the system. So we need to put it in a mobile device. We understand that in order to make people productive in the field and make sure that all the data is in there for the execs and line of business managers to maximize those processes. But it has to be fast, so it has to be, in many cases, an offline version, and it has to be available offline to those users. And we make those two things extremely viable with the GBS Sales Place system. So just to recap before we, I guess, turn it back over to Dawn so she can let me know if there's been any questions as we've gone through the presentation today. But again, delivering the increased revenue and decreased costs and creating advantages and reducing risks with a CRM implementation are all what the customer needs. But when you're providing those types of benefits with the CRM system, it is easy to fall into a lot of productivity traps for the users in that CRM system. So it's easy to put in 3 or 4 different systems so that it's not central. And users have to look in too many different places for information. So we put everything in a single modern interface where users can access all of the data with a single click. It's also easy to make the CRM system so separate from the day-to-day mail and calendaring systems that users leverage that they have an added administrative burden of duplicate entry into the CRM system. And so with GBS Salesforce, we're providing that seamless integration with the Notes, Mail, and Calendar, so the users, they can work within the CRM, and it leverages their Mail and Calendar, or they can work on their Mail and Calendar, and it makes sure that all the information seamlessly gets into the CRM. Thirdly, we find that even if the data is, people are alerted to information, from a CRM system, they have to then go find information in order to action on it. What we've ensured is that all that wonderful automation that we've built into the CRM is also integrated with the Notes client, so that those are actionable items. They actually drill down directly into data and is available both online and offline for everyone to access. Fourth, we need to make sure that reporting, which is so critical to the day-to-day, business decisions that need to be made, that it is not a burden for users, that they are not in multiple systems, that end users who need to get the reports can actually look at and visually understand those reports and work with those reports. And we also need to make sure that those reports are in sync with the live data in the CRM. So we have those best-of-breed Notes reporting tools that provide all of the modern sophistication that any end user wants: visualization, drill down, on-the-fly analysis, but make sure that it's built on the live data in the Notes system. And lastly, when you put the CRM in place and put all these tools at the hands of the users, you want to make sure that when they're not in the office sitting in front of their computer, when they're out face-to-face with customers, traveling between customers, which sales and service people often do, that all of this information is still accessible to them. And when you have a business that really is focused on that face-to-face service with customers, and they're traveling a lot on planes and in different areas, there's still a huge demand for that offline access. So we provide a simple, easy way for users to have that mobility both on the Note side of things and on the smartphone side of things with the BlackBerry device. So that's really how today we've looked at GBS Salesforce, really 5 key productivity gains that we deliver with our system to kind of combat some of the usual productivity traps that customers find themselves in when they're implementing CRM systems. So I'd like to thank everybody for their time today, and I'm actually just going to turn it over to Dawn. And Dawn, I guess you can let me know if there's any questions that people have asked as we go that maybe I can address before we're finished.
Sure thing, Dave. Thanks so much. I want to give everybody a chance to ask any questions that they might have. So I'll give everyone just a few moments to type in any questions into the Q&A section. As we get ready to wrap up here, I know we're kind of close to our time limit.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're waiting for that, I'll just put a little plug in for our next group talk session. And the next one in our productivity series is going to be coming up next week on the 20th. And I believe we are talking about, excuse me, choking a little bit here. We're talking about email productivity with email productivity. So if you want to, if you're interested in that session, you can sign up for that on our website. So if you go to gbs.com/events, you'll find a list of all of our productivity webinars, and you can feel free to log on and sign up for any of those that interest you.
Thanks for watching. To engage in conversations with us, visit twitter.com/gbsknows. To stay up to date, like us on Facebook at facebook.com/joingbs. And to watch entertaining and informative videos, visit youtube.com/gbsknows. And don't forget, visit our website and send us an email at gbs.com and info@gbs.com. Thanks again.